All right, in the next 45 minutes, I'm going to show you exactly how to automate your trading. You already have access to the event tomorrow or later today, whatever day it is. Anyways, you have full access to this, and you're going to get your API key that's going to go ahead and give you access to the Hyperliquid data layer, the Moondav AI, Quant app, and the algo trading roadmap. That's all when you arrive to the Zoom. I know that's a little annoying, but the ops try to slide through here for $5. I'm not going to give them everything until they actually show up at the Zoom. But I'm going to teach you right now how to automate your trading because number one, I can't teach while I'm at stream. I'm chasing Jim Simons, the $31 billion man. If you stick around for less than 45 minutes, I'm going to teach you everything here, exactly how to automate your trading. So when you get into the stream, tomorrow or later today, whenever it is, when you get into that private Zoom, you're already going to know how to automate your trading, even if you don't know how to code. So I'm going to show you how to remove your emotions in the next 30 days. Even if you don't know how to code right now, we have AI to do literally everything for us. And the reason I am doing this final training, I'm teaching a human one last time. I'm teaching you on this page is because you can see right here, I have 6 Claude codes. I don't need to teach humans anymore. No, I got 6 Claude codes, and better than that, I've got 5 OpenClaws. These are 5 different computers. And my plan here is to teach you everything right now so you know exactly how to automate your trading. Because if I can teach you in the next 45 minutes how to automate your trading, that means I can take this transcript and send it to my different OpenClaws. I have 5 computers here, all on Mac, all connected with OpenClaw, ready to work. But I want them focused on what I'm focused on. And I'm focused on automated trading. I'm chasing Jim Simons, the $31 billion man. If you're not familiar with Jim Simons yet, we should probably start there. Who is Jim Simons? Jim Simons is this guy. He passed a couple years back, but he ran up a net worth of $31 billion doing exactly what I'm going to be teaching you here today. You've heard of Jim Simons, I'm sure. You've heard of probably Jane Street, I'm sure. Jane Street or Citadel. These firms, the way they approach markets are fully automated. So you look around, you don't know many day traders that are making money long term, right? Because it's just gambling. The only people that actually make money are automated traders. So that's why I'm going to teach you the secrets of Ken Griffin. He has $71 billion under management doing exactly what I do, exactly what I'm going to teach you and my OpenClaws here today. Because at the end of the day, if I can teach you everything in 45 minutes right here, right now, then I can download the transcript and teach my OpenClaws to do the same thing. So I believe code is a great equalizer. That's why I share all this stuff. I know Wall Street will never show it with you, but I'm going to show you how to find unbelievable trading bot ideas, literally steal $1 million ideas from your competitors. Then I'm going to show you how to clone their bots and prove that they actually work in the past. We have to make sure that they work in the past. And I'll show you exactly how to find unlimited strategies and then see if they actually are profitable in the past. I'm going to show you all of this in the next 41 minutes too. This is a challenge for me, but hey, I want to show you absolutely everything because if I can show you it, then I can teach it to my OpenClaws and we can just keep it moving. Like I said, I have 5 different OpenClaws ready to automate this entire process for me. I know that's a big pie in the sky idea, but hey, worst case scenario, I teach you how to automate your trading, right? Best case scenario, I have 5 OpenClaws. Now I know there's a 90% chance that OpenClaw is just a phase and it's just a fad, but that's okay because I've got 5 of them and if there's a 10% chance and I've got 5, nobody else is doing it at this scale. So I'm going to go ahead and teach you everything and then give it to my OpenClaws. So after I teach you how to find unlimited trading bots from your competitors, I'm going to go ahead and show you how to backtest to see if they actually are profitable because you don't want to run strategies in bots that are not profitable. And even if you don't know how to code, I didn't know how to code either, dude. I got held back in 7th grade. And then step 3, I'm going to show you how to actually build those bots. Now you can see I have my 6 AIs here plus 5 more. So I'm ready to teach you so I can then teach them as well. So lock in. And then I'll also give you that roadmap at the end of this. Well, actually, you'll get the key to the roadmap tomorrow, but I'll use the roadmap to teach some of this here today. So I believe in you. First off, I need you to know that because a lot of people are going to say, hey, you can't do this. And that's what they told me. I didn't go to Harvard. I didn't go to Stanford. I got held back in 7th grade. I'm not supposed to be here. I'm not supposed to be an automated trader. I'm not supposed to be a quant. I have every excuse in the world. I'm not good at math. I did not go to school for engineering. I did not learn to code until I was 30 years old. So I've got every excuse in the world. But I know for a fact that code is in English. And if you know English, then you can learn how to code. And if you learn how to code, you can automate your trading. I'll show you exactly how to code. Don't worry about that. And I'm going to show you today how to use AI to do all the coding. I don't even code anymore. I don't even code anymore. And if you lost a bunch of money in the past, don't worry about it, dude. Trading is literally gambling when you're doing it by hand. We have cars driving for us now, and we're still trading by hand. That's a little silly, right? These red bars, green bars, they are literally colored bars to get you emotional. The flashing lights are here to get you emotional. So if you've lost money because you've been liquidated, it's not your fault, dude. We've all lost money. That's why I'm here as well. I was getting liquidated too often. I was too emotional. I was over trading. I was staring at the charts too much. And yes, you're right, dude. Wall Street can see your positions. They can see your positions. And how do I know this? Because I can see your positions now. Now, this is breaking tech for us normies, but I can literally see this guy gets liquidated at 65,000. This guy gets liquidated at 65,600. This guy gets liquidated at 66,000. Longs get licked and shorts get licked. You can see everybody's using 40x leverage. It's not your fault. They are literally begging you to crank up the leverage because the more you trade, the less you have. And the more leverage you use, the more you'll lose and the more you'll trade. So F those guys on Wall Street that will never share any of this information. They're going to gatekeep everything. This is a scarcity led industry, but I believe that you can do anything that I can do, but you can do it better. I actually have to speak through the things I'm doing. So you have an edge on me, especially if you lock in for this short video, because you're going to learn literally every single step of the way of exactly how to automate your trading. And I know you can do this because I've helped hundreds of people just like yourself that were hand traders, emotional traders, wasting all their days, wasting their great ambition. Look around at your friends, dude. You have the ambition. You have the secret nobody else has. You have to do this for your friends, for your family, because everybody else is just going to be like, oh, I'll try it tomorrow. I'll try it tomorrow. I'll do this tomorrow. And I'm not just saying trading. No, I'm saying life. Like you're the gas stepper in your family. You're the gas stepper in your friends. That's why you connect with me, because you look around just like I did. It's like, come on, bro, let's build these apps or let's build these websites. And none of my friends ever wanted to do that stuff. They just don't have the ambition. But the sad thing is you're probably trapping yourself right now in those charts, staring at those charts all day. You can't work harder at trading. That's the unfortunate thing. Trading attracts a lot of people like you and I that are extremely persistent, extremely do it yourself, committed, dedicated, goal oriented, ambitious. But then we just get trapped because our norms of working harder to get better results don't translate to trading. Because the harder you work, you're probably going to use more leverage. The harder you work, the more you're going to trade. The more you trade, the less you have. So don't worry about it, dude. If you're losing money as a trader until now, it's just you're approaching it incorrectly. So I want to show you exactly how to automate your trading. And I believe in you. I believe in you. I know you can do this. All you have to do is change the way you trade. You don't have to you don't have to stop being a trader. Although, it is a little embarrassing when somebody asks you what you do, right? And you're like, I'm a trader. And they're like, damn, gambler. From this point on, you're a quant because you're already looking at everybody else's positions. Nobody else can see this. You only can see this because you're here. You took me up on that 5. Okay, great. I'm going to give you everything. I want to make sure that the stream that you come into, the private Zoom, I want to make sure it's as impactful as possible. So I want to teach you everything right now. And then we can go ahead and step on the gas when you do come into the Zoom. So all you have to do, as an intelligent person as you are, you found me somehow, right? So you're searching for a better way to trade. So I commend you. All you have to do is replace the vehicle you're using to trade. Right now, you're using yourself. Every single day, you're making a bet on yourself. Did you get enough sleep last night? Did you have a fight last night? Are you full? Are you hungry? Do you have to use the bathroom? All this stuff. You're betting on yourself. And I'm not even talking about emotions. And then once you get into emotions, the Stanford professor that I watched on YouTube, because there's no way in hell that I'm getting into Stanford as a 7th grade holdback, he said, you literally can't think logically when you're in an emotional state. So using 40x leverage here, these guys are all glued to the screen right now. I bet you all of them are looking at the charts. They're 0.3% away from getting liquidated. This guy has $1.6 million. He's 0.3% away from getting liquidated. What are you doing in this situation? Your eyes are glued to the chart, right? Yes. Yes, dude. I lived that life as well. I got liquidated multiple times, dude. How many times did I go to sleep with a position on after staring at it for 18 hours just to wake up to a liquidation email? Dude, I want to get right into showing you exactly how to find winning strategies. Okay, so we have this roadmap here, and you're going to get the API key for this roadmap when you do lock in tomorrow. So it's at moondev.com. roadmap, and I want to dive in and show you how to find those strategies right away. So you can see when you arrive tomorrow, you will get this API key that unlocks the roadmap, but then you have this roadmap that you can enjoy. So let's go ahead and post it in here. This is the key straight from the Zoom right here, unlocking, perfect. So let's go ahead and first off show you how to find strategies. So you can see this roadmap is pretty thick. There's some deeper videos that show you how to code. First off, I want to make sure you know how to code, know the fundamentals so you can work with the AI. I want to show you how to build a trading bot. This is a long video that I'll dive deep into it. The 90 plus strategies. This is a good video if you do want just some strategies that you can start with, but I want to give you the source. Like these videos are going to kind of walk you through things, but I want to give you a source so you can come up with your own ideas. Because look around, Wall Street's not going to show you any of their strategies. Nobody's going to give you a strategy that just prints $1 million for the same reason that nobody's going to give you $1 million. There's a bunch of frequently asked questions here that you probably have in your brain. So I'm glad you're able to get this roadmap. But what I want to do first is I want to show you exactly how to come up with strategies. I have hundreds of strategies here that you can look into and start researching. These are literally from my notes. I've been collecting these from the sources I'm about to show you, but I want to show you exactly how to steal your competitors' actual strategies. They give them to us. There are hundreds of sources and they give them to us. So why not just see what they're doing? If they're vetted traders that have good strategies, let's see what they're doing. The process I'm going to be teaching today is the RBI process. It's the process of automating your trading. It starts with research of trading strategies. Then you backtest those strategies to see if they actually work in the past. If they work in the past, they're not guaranteed to work in the future, but they're much more likely. So I don't want to be like all of those gurus on YouTube that say, hey, look at this trading view strategy. It prints 10 million%. I'm going to be a billionaire. No, you're not, because just because it worked in the past doesn't mean it's going to work in the future. Everybody else is going to lie to you about that. I want to be upfront. I don't want to be like Wall Street. I don't want to just clickbait you into here saying, hey, you're going to make a bajillion%. No, dude. If the back test looks good, the next step is to incubate small size in a trading bot, because just because it worked in the past doesn't mean it's going to work in the future, especially if you're using TradingView. If you're using TradingView, get off of TradingView right now for back testing. Okay, if you're looking at the charts, that's one thing. You know, I obviously don't think you should be looking at the charts either. You're not going to see me looking at the charts much today, because charts, they're just casinos. They're slot machines. We're not much different than the old ladies that are sitting at the slot machine in Vegas smoking cigarettes. It's the same psychology. Do some research on the psychology of slots versus exchanges, and that will be very, very enlightening to you. The process I'll be showing you today is the RBI system. Research, find great ideas from your competitors, backtest to see if they actually work in the past, and then if they work in the past, let's build a bot with small size. Quick story. So when I started, I learned how to code. I locked in for 6 months, learned how to code, and then I built a bot. I was like, I know how to code now. I'm gonna be a billionaire. I put 10K in that bot and it went to zero. Why? Because I didn't have a system yet. So already in the first 15 minutes, you have my system that took me multiple years to figure out. That's fire, right? Because out of my challenges, I can go ahead and teach you guys the correct way. And this RBI system has saved my life too, because I thought, hey, I know how to code now. I can build a bot and be a billionaire. No, that's not how it works. I had to go back to the drawing board. I had to build a system, but you have that system now. It's the RBI system. So instead of running out and building a bot right away, let's do some research. I'm going to show you exactly where to find these ideas, where your competitors are literally telling us what they're doing. And then let's backtest. Let's make sure that they actually work in the past. I didn't backtest. That's crazy. And I didn't do any research. I just came up with a regular random idea and I put it in a bot and I put full size into it. That's crazy. Of course I lost all my money. But I'm proud to teach you that and tell you that, because that 10K has made me so much money because I've been able to follow an actual system that is proven, and hundreds of other people have done the same thing. So this is the RBI system, and I think it's extremely robust, because at the end of the day, you are a quant now. You're not a hand trader. You're not a gambler anymore. No, you're approaching trading quantitatively. Okay. Starting today. So you're already more profitable. If the last month you've lost money trading and you stop right now and you start working on the R and the B, in the first 15 minutes, I've made you more profitable because you're a quant now. So I want you to go put that in your Twitter bio. I want you to go put that in your email signature. You're a quant now. You're not a trader. You're going to get different types of looks now. You're going to get different respect. You're going to go ahead and be in different rooms because a trader is just a gambler, and everybody in the world knows that, except the most ambitious people that are trading because we think we can just work harder. Let me trade a little more. Okay, yeah. No, it's not going to work, dude. The more you trade, the less you have. Actually, and I have proof of that. So before I show you exactly how to find the strategies, I want to show you how much these fees actually kill you, dude. So if I go to calculators here, moondev.com/calculators, this is a very interesting thing that you need to know of right now that I did not know and nobody really realizes. If you have a $25,000 account and you use 40x leverage, which you saw all of these people are using. Okay, these guys, if they have a $25,000 account, they use 40x leverage and they take 5 trades per day, they lose their entire account. Death by fees only. This is just fees. This is not emotional trading. This is not losing days. This is just based off of fees. They've got a $25,000 account, 40x leverage, and they trade 5 times per day. You didn't know this because they don't want you to know this. There's no scoreboard of your fees that you're having on these exchanges with 40x leverage. The thing is you're paying fees on the entire position. So at 40x leverage, you're paying on the entire position, 25,000 times 40. You're paying fees on that entire position. So just based off of fees, if you keep trading by hand, you're going to lose all of your money in 31 days. That's crazy. But if you switch right now, which I hope you do take me up and say you're a quant now, because you are a quant, you have information that others don't have. You're already looking at this data, seeing, oh, look at these positions. What does that mean? Could I trade towards them? I know that Wall Street, I have this suspicion that Wall Street's always trying to liquidate me, right? They're always trying to stop me out, right? You're right, they are, especially in low liquidity environments like right now. So here in 2026, these liquidations, everybody is getting liquidated, and we've been watching it for the past year. So, and we have so many back tests, and I'll show you some of those back tests later, but I have limited time to show you everything. So I just wanted to show you the difference. If you use a bot, you get 717 extra days of life. Don't you think you're going to be able to find a profitable trading bot in 717 days? Otherwise, if you log off right now and you go back to gambling, you got 31 days until you die. So it's your choice, but I want to show you exactly how to find a bunch of strategies here. So a great place to find strategies is Google Scholar. They have PhDs that write about trading strategies. This is a wealth of knowledge. Literal PhDs and other traders that you can say mean reversion strategy and come up with unlimited papers. You can go read these papers. You can skim these papers. You can send these papers to AI, whatever you need to do to get the idea out of it. I've actually had a team of quants doing this exact same thing for multiple years going through these papers. And essentially for me and my team, and some of you guys are on my team, if you're in the Zoom, everybody gets in on my team for free. So we have a members area, as you can see here, and we just chat all day and share ideas all day. But in here, I hired a team multiple years ago to do this, go through papers for me and figure out what the strategies are. So they read through these papers and they figure out the strategies and they make it nice and short, consumable, right? Because if I'm teaching you exactly how to find strategies from papers, well, I want 3-4 quants to do that all day and just send me the strategies so I can just scroll through and come up with ideas every single day. So the things that I'm teaching you, I'm literally having my team do at the same time. And then everybody on the inside in the members area get access to all those strategies. Okay, so now you have one great place to find strategies. That's Google Scholar. Another great place to find strategies here is read books. There's a ton of books and a couple I want to highlight real quick. And you have this book list as well. So you will when you get into the Zoom. So Market Wizards is a must read. There's 3 or 4 in this series. And what Jack Schwager, the author, does is he verifies hand traders' results and then interviews them to understand exactly what they do. So they're literally telling us, your competitors are literally telling us their strategy, and then we can listen to them. And since we're quants, we have an edge on them because we can take their strategy and see if it actually works in the past. That's the next step I'll show you how to do. But here's a bunch of books you can read. This book is about Jim Simons, very interesting. Flash Boys, if you want to get into high frequency trading. There's a ton of good books here, but this is another one I want to highlight. Chat with Traders. This is very similar to Market Wizards, but there's more. There's 300 traders or 400 traders at this point that they do an hour-long podcast with. So Chat with Traders podcast, if you listen to all of those episodes or the ones that interest you, and then you watch or listen or read Market Wizards, I use Audible, you're going to have so many ideas that at the end of the day, the ideas aren't going to be your problem. You're going to have so many ideas, plus all the ideas that I have here in the alpha generation and strategies. There's some other great ideas there. So now you know two places to get your competitors' ideas. You have Google Scholar and you have books, you have podcasts, and you know you can go on YouTube. Go ahead and do that as well. Just create a backlog of these ideas, because at the end of the day, we all know that Wall Street is not going to share this with us. So I believe code is a great equalizer. And this is what got me motivated to learn how to code. And now I can cook with AI all day. And I've got these 5 OpenClaws that I'm literally making this training for you and them at the same time. So you can see these days, I'm really just coding with AI. So if you don't know how to code, I got held back in 7th grade, told I wasn't welcome here, I wasn't going to make it around here, yada, yada, all the excuses in the world to not know how to code. But now I know how to code a little bit. Actually, I do know how to code. AI came in 2 years after I learned by hand. I say a little bit because I'm not even using my skills anymore. I just have 6 Claude codes here sitting all day. And I could say things like this: give me 10 of the absolute best strategies Jim Simons would use. Things like that. You can just go forever. It comes down to like, how hard do you want to go at this game? I have this GitHub here that a lot of you guys have access to. Can you look through my backtest folder to see some of my better results, and then just send me back a table of some of the best ones? You can see the results in a lot of the code at the top. So I can do that. So I have 6 different Claude codes that work for me. And these guys are smarter than the smartest developer in the world. So you literally have no excuse now, because you have my exact source to find different strategies. And now you know you can use Claude Code in order to help you with all the hard stuff, right? So you can do research with Claude Code. I like it for back testing, and that's really the next thing I want to show you here is how to back test, because at the end of the day, you know, trading it works. It's just that you sometimes get in the way, right? But then you see Jim Simons running up a net worth of $31 billion. You see Ken Griffin managing $71 billion. You see Jane Street crushing it. Like, you know, automated trading works. You just might not know how to get there. So I'm trying to explain it all here. I got 22 minutes left, but this changes everything. Now that you are a quant, now that you can look at data that they don't want you to look at, now that you have unlimited AIs here. I personally use Claude Code. A lot of people out there are going to say use Cursor, use Codex, whatever. Me, locked in for 5 years and 3 years with AI ever since it's dropped, Claude Code is the absolute best. I know it's a little more expensive. It's $20 a month, but you might need to scale up to the 100 or the 200. That being said, I just want to give you every single tip that I have here today. And then here's another tip. I want you to go ahead and see Claude dangerously skip permissions. When you're launching Claude, I would say the one annoying thing, and I would screenshot this if I were you, Claude dangerously skip permissions fixes the one annoying thing with Claude Code. So now you know exactly how to come up with unlimited strategies for the rest of your life. You are officially a quant researcher at this point. I think you're a quant already, but I want to show you the next part, which is seeing if those strategies actually work, because if they don't work, then why waste your time? Now, first off, look up repainting on AI. So go to AI and say, can you please explain me repainting and why it's bad and how TradingView is affected by it? Be short and concise. So a lot of people are going to want to start with TradingView because it's easy to use. You don't need to do that. I learned how to code PineScript, TradingView. It's just a waste of time. What it is, repainting occurs when an indicator changes its past signals retroactively. So it sees past data and changes it. Why it's bad? You can't trade signals that change after they've already happened. So a lot of the PineScript backtests you may have seen on the internet, they're pretty much fake. So move to Python. Python is the language that I use, and I think that everybody should use. Why? Because there's packages like Backtrader. Okay, write these down because I'm showing you how to backtest now. This is how you find if strategies actually work. Backtesting is the process of taking data from the past and applying it to your idea, your strategy. Maybe you just ripped from one of these guys, the sources I gave you. You're going to see if it actually works in the past. These guys, they don't do that because they don't know how to code. Python is the way to do it. PineScript or TradingView is not the way to do it. You've got these different packages you can backtest with. Now, packages in Python are essentially little apps that you can plug into your Python code in order to do things like backtest. That's like the easiest way to think about it. Packages, apps, whatever. Backtrader is one of the first backtesting frameworks I built on. And I remember the day to this day. I was eating some eggs and bacon and I found my first winning backtest. I ran home. I didn't even finish that. I don't even know if I paid for it. I definitely paid for it, but you know what I mean, dude. I ran home. I was so excited. Backtrader led me to my first winning backtest based off of an idea after I'd already run that bot that I lost 10K on. But I then built the RBI system and boom, okay, now I'm backtesting. I'm researching, finding good ideas, then I'm backtesting. I hit my first winning backtest. I sprinted home. That was on Backtrader. So I want to give you a couple different backtesting libraries. Backtrader is one of them. The other one here is Vector BT, and make sure you're taking notes here. Vector BT is another powerful backtesting platform package. And the one that I use nowadays is backtesting.py. They all have their strengths, but I think backtesting.py is the best. I actually use it inside of my app as well. So if I go to the backtest tab here, you can see I can say run backtest here, and it will go ahead and show me the actual stats of the backtest. So this is code, but don't be intimidated by it because AI can code it all up. You can see here, okay, there's some returns, like 178% return on this one. But hey, there were a couple errors on this one. Now, back in the day when I was sitting in that coffee shop, I was working through errors. It took me 8+ hours to write that backtest. But these days, you can literally just click fix with AI and AI is going to fix that error for me. I'll show you more about this backtest tab later, but essentially you can write backtests in here. You can have Claude Code create a bunch of backtests for you as well. Maybe I'll go ahead and be able to show that here. Let's go ahead and say backtest folder here, and let's go ahead and move her over here. This is also for people that are on the inside. You get the whole Moondev app that comes with the trade tab that you saw, everybody's positions, the code tab, etc. There's plenty of training on it, so I'm not going to teach you how to use this right now, but go ahead and build me, based off of our last 5 backtests, build me 5 new backtests, launch parallel agents in order to do this. So one each gets their own backtest, and then go ahead and name them, start the name with Feb 19, and then whatever the name is. So you're creating 5 different backtests based off of what we already have in that folder, and we got to make them better essentially and name them starting with that. So you can see I can have Claude actually work over here with 5 agents. So now you don't know how to code, you're scared to code. I'll show you exactly how to use AI to code for you. We don't need to know how to code really. So I don't know, it's pretty awesome. You can see here reading 5 files. She's going through and she's setting up 5 different agents to go back test for me. And then I'll be able to go ahead and see how they do over here. And you can see she's done with the fix. So all of this is about AI now. And it really comes down to your ideas that you come up with. That's why I spent so much time on that first part showing you how to come up with ideas. And you can just go in a loop until all of this is fixed, or you can go to a new back test. You can use some of these templates here. You can see I can just hit run back test here and it shows the actual stats. Now I'll show you how to do this inside of your code as well. You can see this is a poor back test here, but it has 200% return on the BTC. Okay, let's see what else we have here. It's really a numbers game. So it comes down to how many shots you take. At the end of the day, you know, somebody came to me one time and they're like, dude, I've tested 10 back tests and I've only found one that's winning. And I was like, bro, you're cooking. You're absolutely cooking. That's 10% hit rate. So I want to make your expectations here correct, that it's hard. This is a hard game, but I make it so much easier for you by giving you tools and giving you my actual step-by-step process in order to find winning strategies that you can actually build bots for. So this is the process of back testing. I know I'm running out of time here, so she's going to keep cooking. And anytime I run into an error or something, I can just send it to the AI. It's pretty amazing. And you have my 3 packages now. You can see this has a 35,000% return or something. Now, this is testing against 18 different data sets. And yeah, dude, 104,000% return, 225,000% return. Now, there's some robustness tests that I would recommend, but I can teach you that more in depth later. I just want to make sure that you know everything here in this 45 minutes. So I got to keep cooking here. So you know how to backtest, you know how to find strategies. You know what backtesting package I use is backtesting.py. Now, what I want to do to finish this backtesting part off is you can see I use backtesting.py. I get data, and you actually have access to data as well. If you go to the data tab here, you can go ahead and get unlimited data. So you can get Bitcoin data for 6 hours for the last 10 years if you want to, or you want 15 minutes, 5 minutes, because that's one of the questions you may have is where do I get this data to actually backtest on? 1 hour, whatever, however many weeks you want. It's moondev.com/data. You have access to that once you get your API key. So once you lock in tomorrow on the Zoom, I'll drop the API key. I drop it every single day. So how do you actually speed run this back testing? Well, I've spent 5 years to figure out the actual code that I use for every single back test. And it's right here. This is the template code. So if you want to screenshot it, feel free. This code is literally what I give to my AI every time I have an idea. I'll take this code here and then I'll go over to one of my AIs and I'll say, hey, here's some template code. Let's go over and actually do it because we have AI here. So here's my template code. Here's my template code. Can you go ahead and take the best idea above and use it to create another back test? And I want you to go ahead and make sure it is a mean reversion type strategy, but I want it to be combined with our pure liquidation momentum, which is kind of awkward, right? Because this liquidation momentum has a 494% return. And I asked you to use a mean reversion. So how can we use a momentum mean reversion? Maybe it's like, okay, we're in the top portion here, and now we're having momentum the opposite way. Something like that. Here's the template code so you can build it. And you can see in the bottom right, I have 5 agents building backtests for me. So you are so lucky. I know you feel late to the party, but you are so blessed if you are joining this algo trading world right now. Number one, I'm giving you all of the sauce right now. But number two, you have AI to execute for you. You can see how much faster I'm going. Literally, I'm building 5 back tests in just while teaching you this. And it used to take me 8 hours per back test. And it got me so excited when I found one winning back test. I've already shown you multiple winning back tests. I ran home. So you are at the perfect time. If you've never coded before, you literally have AI to do all the hard stuff for you. You just need me to finish this up and show you how to build the bot now, right? Because now you know that you can find unlimited strategies. Okay. And then you can see if those strategies actually work in the past, right? And it's imperative that you automate your trading right now. You don't want to waste another minute of your life. I know I wasted so much time. I got that call multiple times. One time it broke my heart, dude. The person that welcomed me into a new city, dude, welcomed me into a new city as a kid that was an outcast. He said, "You want to share a locker with me?" I was seventh grade, the year that they try to hold me back as well. Nobody wanted to mess with me. I'm from new kid from a new city. KT was the only one that was letting me in, dude. And he was one of the cool kids, and he let me into the group. And I love that guy so much. I used to bring my smelly clothes. I was in the Northwest, bring my smelly clothes, put them in the locker. And dude, he didn't roast me for it. No, KT was so sweet, dude. He's like, bro, I got some axe. My mom got some axe. Let's keep this shit fresh. I was like, all right, thanks, man. You could have dragged me for that smelly stuff. But no. But I got that call, of course, My other buddy, we're the 3 best friends, dude. I got that call, of course, and of course I didn't answer that call. Of course I didn't answer that call. I was staring at the charts, bro. Ace, I can't call you back right now. I'm in a trade. Just wasting my life away. He said, bro, call me back. Serious. I said, bro, I'll call you back after this trade. Finally called him back. Yeah, KT's gone, dude. KT's gone. One of the best people I've ever met in my life. Staring at these charts instead. Just go ahead, give your whole life away to these charts, dude. Yeah, we have cars driving for yourself, but let's just go stare at the charts. Let's ignore the family. Let's ignore the friends. Let's lock in on these charts. This is the way, even though I've gotten liquidated over and over and over again. You can't get time back, gang. Can't get people back. Enjoy your life. Put your time in, however much you want to work. Me, I work 4 hours a day. I work on this system. I research. come up with ideas. I'm always listening to books. I'm listening to podcasts. These actual papers, these actual books I gave you, I listen to them multiple times. I come up with a new idea every time. I backtest, see if they actually work in the past. If they work in the past, they're much more likely to work in the future. This is the literal code I use. And then I incubate. So this is a huge unlock. This is a huge unlock because at the end of the day, you don't want to run bots that are not profitable. So what I do now is I start bots with small size, $10 size. With Hyperliquid, you can use 10 size. This is a checklist I look at every single day. I just want to go right through it so you understand it. This is the loop at the end. Just give this to your AI. It's super simple. So it runs every 15 minutes. But you have to make sure to cover your risk. Risk is the most important thing. Make sure that there's like a P&L close is what I call it. And it's always watching my take profit and stop loss. Make sure to add the strategy into the bot. The strategy has to be exactly the strategy you back tested. How are we entering? Well, you saw those fees. I hope you never use market orders again because you're paying 3x for the fees. You're paying 3x every time you go to the iPhone store. You say, "Hey, I want to pay 3,000 instead of 1,000." That's literally what hand traders do. So I just saved you so much money today in this short training. You want to make sure to check your position before you put a new position in. And sounds silly, but a lot of people get their whole account drained because they won't check to see if they're already in position and they just keep putting more and more positions in. You have to make sure to cancel orders before you put that position in. A lot of people will do the same thing. It's just like, okay, boom, I didn't cancel the order. So now I have 14 floating orders. You're going to get smoked. So I go through this exact checklist when I'm building out bots. So I want to make sure you have it. You want to make sure to adjust for the decimals. You know, Bitcoin has different decimal sizes than Ethereum. You want to make sure that the true loop is going. You want to make sure to turn off any debugging. And this is important. Tiny size. Start with tiny size because there's no reason to run a strategy, even if it looked so good in the past. I'm trying to save you money here. I'm trying to give you my entire system in this 45-minute short training here so you actually know how to build. You can connect to any exchange. There's this thing called CCXT. CCXT exchanges. This allows you to build bots, and you can tell your AI this or whatever. This lets you build bots on pretty much any exchange in crypto. Supported exchanges. You got Binance, you got Coinbase, you got Alpaca, you've got Blowfin, you've got Bybit, you've got Kraken. Literally every exchange they're connected to. So boom, now you have my source in order to build bots for any exchange. You know exactly how to come up with ideas. You know exactly where to get data. You know how to back test now. And then now you know how to build bots because you can just use CCXT and then follow this step-by-step checklist and you're good to go. You have unlimited strategies. You've got a book list here. You've got crypto data. You see hundreds of people just like yourself that found me somehow, some way. You're a data dog just like me. You're searching for a better way. You see, just like these people that found me somehow on YouTube. Bootcamp is lit. Just want to personally thank you for making a bootcamp like this. You can scroll through this forever. This is on the roadmap. See Jane, amazing. Such great content. Genuine teacher. You can scroll forever. My bot is making money, so get to coding and stop losing. Don't waste your time. That's the most important thing. Don't waste your time with your friends, your family. You can't get that time back. The cool thing is the bot that I set up from watching you is pretty profitable thanks to you. Yeah, it's been a life-changing experience. You over-delivered. It's that good. I really do honestly like the Algo Trade Camp. Yeah, funny thing is Moondev has the attention of hedge fund companies. 6 months that open doors I never thought possible. All I'm saying is I've added 2 zeros to the end of my balance. I've learned more in the past week of coming here than in years of just owning crypto. Moondev is one of the most authentic and generous creators I've ever seen on the internet. I've spent thousands on systems and strategies over the years. So it's nice to find someone like you who teaches your own procedure. The best algo community research and teacher out there. You're the reason I started the coding journey. I'm a programmer. Should I get into this? He's already a Forex trader. He said, yes, it's going to speed you up quickly, get you up to speed with crypto. He's also a coder. So people that are far ahead of me in coding, you can still learn a lot here, dude. So I hope this has been very informative for you today. I just taught you my RBI process. I showed you step by step. And one last question I do get a lot is, do you run your computers? Do you run your bots from your computer? You can see I have a bunch of bots running now. You can see they're all down here under my open clause, but I wanted to go ahead and make this training for you one last time, and also my open clause, because now I'm going to use the rest of the Zoom time to teach them based off of this training. So I wasn't playing today. I wanted to give you absolutely everything. I wanted to show you how to find great ideas. I did that. I wanted to show you how to back test. I did that. You can see I cooked up a bunch of back tests too. So I'm going to dive into these later. You can see they already ran, and now they're actually inside of the backtest folder. And you can see Feb 19th, they're over here now. So I've got all of these backtests, and of course there's going to be some debugging, but I can just hit run and see how they did. But the last question I have, or the last thing you might be asking is, do you run these all on your computer? I incubate on my computer so I can see the errors. Yes. But then I go ahead and upload to a VPS. A VPS is a little intimidating. It took me a couple of years to get here, but it's actually really easy. Once you learn how to code, like I show in the training, all that, this will be super easy for you, but they're a commodity. You know, there's a ton of different VPSs out there, Hostinger. I personally use Cherry servers. A lot of people use Volter or Hetzner. These are all commodities. I don't need to tell you which one to use. You can use any of them: Google Cloud, Amazon AWS, any of them. But at the end of the day, once I scale these bots, I'm just incubating. I start with incubating on my computer so I can see any errors, come up with new ideas, etc. And then I move to the cloud. So yes, you can have bots running for you 24/7 in the cloud, no problem. And I show you exactly how to do that. So you can see here, you can just keep scrolling. Thank you for sharing all this. It's really hard to find this kind of organized information. It truly feels like you have a trusted friend teaching you. I understood nothing, but I'll understand after the course. So you're saying it's 100% worth it? He says, I'm saying in front of MoonDev, I'll pay the refund if you truly can't profit from this course. That's wild, dude. Somebody else is saying they would pay the refund, but there's a 90-day money back guarantee on anything that I have for you. We don't actually, the doors aren't open. You can't join the boot camp. You can't join the lifetime. It's actually application only, because we already have a crew. We already have a really, really great crew of quants all chasing Jim Simons here together. And you can see it's just flowing all day. The chat's flowing all day, dude, all day. Quant strategies posted every day. And not only that, Quant Elite Code. This is where I've been posting my code for the last 4 or 5 years, and where my team has been doing the same thing. So if you're on the inside, you have access to this right now. If you're in the lifetime all access, you have access to this. But the thing is I'm not just letting anybody in anymore. You have to apply. You have to apply. And I didn't even go over the MoonDev API today. The MoonDev API is literally Hyperliquid's data layer. We built, if you're trading on Hyperliquid, you can go to moondev.com/docs here and see all of the data you get from Hyperliquid. And we get it faster than all the other traders. Plus you get AI. So yeah, the people that did get access to the lifetime offer, they do get all of this. But like I said, this is application only now. So if you go to moondev.com/apply, you can see you get everything here. So you get the Algo Trade Camp. That's where you saw those reviews from. You can Google it, see how powerful it is. Obviously a $3,000 value for a reason. I show you how to use AI in order to do all the heavy lifting here. I show you how to build on Solana. This was so hard, but I make it so easy for you. And then also on Polymarket. That's one of the most interesting different markets that we've ever seen, and you don't see new markets all the time. So I'm already using bots to trade on it. So a lot of people in the members area you already saw. So we can trade on Polymarket, we can trade on Solana, we can trade on all those hundreds of exchanges, we can trade stocks, futures, everything, dude. You get unlimited access to these Zooms. And then Quant Elite, that's 5 years of code. Crazy. There's 300 bots and backtests. People are literally paying $300 a month for that. So $3,564. You can see why this lifetime offer, I had to take it away. It was too good. They also got the MoonDev Vault. All the videos that YouTube made me take down here, you get access to them. There's 2.1 terabytes of videos. That's crazy. So you get that as a bonus, but you also get the API key. So yes, tomorrow, whenever you get into the Zoom, you will get the API key. It's 24 hours of use, but if you want it for life, you get it as a bonus here. There's Hyperliquid data layer and liquidation data. This is literally something that CoinGlass sells for $900 a month, and I give it to you for free. plus they give you 12 days, I give you 18 months. You get both of my GitHubs, which is just another bonus here. And then on top of that, you get QuantApp access. So you can see everything that we did today with QuantApp. You got the backtest tab, you got the coding tab. She cooked up so many backtests in the time I was showing you this, and she's still cooking. You don't need to know how to code anymore. I'll show you how to code enough, and then we'll use AI to do the rest. You can see everybody's positions, and this is revolutionary.
We must keep moving. We must keep going. If you can't fly, run. If you can't run, walk. If you can't walk, crawl. But by all means, keep moving.
Now, this is lifetime access. You never have to pay me anything for ever again. But like I said, you can't just join it. You can't just join it. It's application only. It's $48,000 value. You can see hundreds of people. It's been transformational for hundreds of people just like yourself that found me somehow, some way. But this is absolutely not something that anybody can join. You have to apply. We do a whole process here because there's 3 things I need to check. First off, only 3 spots available to apply. I'm not doing many calls. Why is the application only? We need to make sure that we can actually help you. I need to get on the phone with you and understand where you're at and see if I can actually help you. I know I can help any trader that is trading emotionally right now. I know I can turn them into an automated trader with this Algo Trade Camp. I know if you don't know how to code, the AI masterclasses are going to show you how to do all the heavy lifting. I know as a quant, you need to be versatile. You need to be able to trade on any exchange. So that's why I show you how to build directly on Solana, and I show you how to build directly on Polymarket, because the Algo Trade Camp shows you how to trade on every other exchange. So now when you have an idea or an opportunity, you can go ahead and build on all of them. There's only 3 spots available because I literally have to get on a phone call with you and make sure that you're a good fit for our community. I don't want a lot of people in here anymore. I like our crew. I think we are vibing and we have enough to chase Jim Simons and take over Wall Street. I think we're really going to do it, dude. I know it's a big goal, but why not think 100x bigger, dude? I have 5 open claws. I'm literally going to send this transcript to where I taught you everything. I'm literally sending it to my open claws because that's a moonshot. I'm moon dev. So why application? I need to make sure I can actually help you. I want to diagnose your actual struggles. Where are you precisely? And how can I move you to where I'm at? So I'm going to build custom training when I see it's needed. If I talk to you on the phone and I see you're struggling with this or that, okay, let's build some custom training. And then on top of that, we got to make sure you're a good fit for the community. So if you do want to apply, this is for serious people only. I make it $500, refundable 100%. Application fee. This is 100% refundable, or we'll apply it to you joining the package. So if you join the lifetime, that $500 will just be applied to the rest of the lifetime cost. But if you decide, hey, it's not for you, you get that $500 back. This is just to avoid tire kickers. I don't want to waste my time. I don't want to waste your time. So if you actually want to do this, the $500 is fully refundable. So if you decide it's not for you, then you can have that money back after you talk to me on the phone. Or if you just don't show up, you just get scared before the call. Okay. I mean, please don't do that. But for whatever reason, the $500 is fully refundable. And if you decide to join, we'll apply that $500 here to the package price. So just want to make sure that's super clear. This is how you apply, moondev.com/apply. So just go over to moondev.com/apply. You can see you get the Algo Trade Camp. Google that. It's revolutionary. I'll show you exactly how to automate your trading, even if you've never coded before. And I'll show you how to do this as a regular person. I'm not like some Stanford grad or some brainiac. No, I'm not. I'm just a regular dude that got held back in 7th grade. I've been told my entire life I can't do things, and I just go try them. I'm a data dog. I just follow the data. So you get the Algo Trade Camp, you get the AI masterclasses, you get the Solana copy bot and sniper course, you get the Polymarket trading bot course, unlimited Zoom calls, you get Quant Elite, that's 300 plus bots and backtests. Plus you get all of these bonuses, the Moondev Vault, the Moondev API key, both GitHubs and Quant app. This is a $48,000 value because you can see how much success these people just like yourself have had. This is just the application fee, the application deposit. It's not a fee. It's not a fee. It's a deposit. You get this money back if you don't join. If you do join, it will just be applied to the membership. So book a call if you'd like to. I don't have a lot of spots on my calendar. I'm chasing Jim Simons every single day. I hope this was extremely helpful. If you still have questions, let's go ahead and talk about them on the phone. If it leads you to a place where you want to join, this 500 will be applied to the cost of the program. If it leads you to a place where you don't want to join, you get the 500 back. So this is a deposit that is fully refundable, just to make sure that you're a good fit for the community. We can actually help you. And then this is pretty cool because I'll be able to talk to you and understand where you're at. And then my future training videos, I'm going to be thinking about you and building for you. So yeah, this is the only way we're doing it from here on out. It's moondev.com/apply if you do want to apply. But I'm going to go ahead and take this actual training I just made for you and transcribe it so I can teach my AIs how to do this. Because at the end of the day, I'm chasing Jim Simons and I need as much help as I possibly can get. So I've been teaching you guys, building a community of all of us up to speed with me, because if I get you up to speed with me, then you're an asset and you can help me chase Jim Simons. You're on my side. If you're not up to speed with me, kind of a liability, right? Like I can't be in a members area with you. I need you to go through all of this training, get up to speed with me, take my 5 years and turn it into a couple months for you. But I need to talk to you first. So 3 spots available. It's moondev.com/apply. And yeah, that's it. I hope this was super helpful for you, and I'll see you at the Zoom.